Hi guys, this video is a continuation of my previous video which was on cross product, in which I showed you guys how to commute the cross product of two vectors, and I also showed you guys how to commute the determinant of a 2 by 2 and 3 by 3 matrix. So I'm gonna post the link of that video in the description below, so you guys can view that, because you guys will need that to in this example as well. So let's do this example. Here in this example, we have to determine whether these two given vectors are parallel or not. And we have a theorem given to us that which says that if two vectors are parallel, then their uh, uh, then their uh, then their cross product is 0. So let's find the cross product of this and see if it's 0 or not. Okay, so to commute the cross product, you have to do I, J, K hat. You have to write these two in terms of matrix. So I, J, K, and I is 2 for vector A, and J is 1, and K is -1. So you see 2, 1, -1. Okay, now for vector B, it's 6, -3, and 3. Now let's commute it. For that, we'll have to do like this, like eliminate the first row and first column. So we're left with this. We're gonna write it here. 1, -1, -3, 3. And the first thing that you see here in the first row will go in here. Now we'll do the same thing with the second row. So you eliminate the second row and the first column. So now here, what is the first thing in the second column? It's J hat. So it's J hat, and then what do you have after crossing it? So you have 2, -1, 6, and 3. Now here, it is important that you have to put a negative here, because the signs alternate, like positive, negative, and the next one will be negative. So yeah, you have to make sure you remember that. Don't forget this negative. Or just to remember that, you can just put like plus, minus, plus here. So like if you see a negative here, so you know that you have to put a negative here. Okay, now let's move on to K hat, the third column. So for the third column, we eliminate the third row and first column. So after elimination, we are left with 2, 1, 6, -3. Now okay, now what do we have to do is to find the 2 by 2 matrix. So let's solve for this 2 by 2 matrix, but first I'm gonna write it neatly on another place, another page. So let's do this. Alright, I just wrote this neatly. Now let's calculate it. First we'll have to find the determinant of these 2 by 2 matrices. So let's do that first. So for that, you guys remember, we'll have to do like this. So like this, 1 times 3. So don't forget the I here. Now let's do 1 times 3. And when we go in the other direction, we have to put a negative. So negative, and then going in the other direction, 3 was -3, -1. Okay, now moving on to this one. Here we're gonna do like this. So -j 2 times 3, and a negative when we go in this direction. So -6 was -6 times -1. And now moving on to K hat. plus k hat times 2 times like -3 and -6 1. So let's solve it. It's pretty colorful. I had 3 minus 3 -g 6 minus 6 plus k minus 6 minus 6. So it was 3 and negative positive. So okay, negative positive, and positive times a negative, so -3. 2 times 3, which is 6, and here we have negative positive, and positive times a negative, which is negative. 2 times 3 is 6. Oh, 2 times -3, -6, and negative positive. Positive 6 times 1 is 6. This is positive. Now it is 0, 0, 0. So 0 I had, -0 j hat. What is if 0 k hat equals to 0? Here, don't just write 0 here. You have to write this as well, because I had this type of question in the midterm, and the marker, I wrote all this and the marker gave me full mark, but my friend just wrote 0 and didn't write this, and he didn't give her the full mark. So make sure you guys write this as well. Okay, now the cross product turns out to be 0, so therefore, which means that the vectors A and B are parallel vectors. That was it for today's video. Thanks for watching.